an interview from Fran, and he's going to be a massive help. He's going to give you guys some tips on how to effectively study, because exams have just begun, and it's pretty scary, especially if this is your first exam, especially if this is like your third, and you still haven't mastered the techniques of how to efficiently study. So what's your number one rule, Fran? What's your number one tip?
Well, the first step of studying is to actually know yourself. No one knows you better than yourself, so you know how you effectively study. So my tip is to find what you do effectively, whatever it is that you study most effectively in, like whatever context it is, wherever it is you study best in, however best you study in, you go and do that. Because like people try and look up all these sort of different tips at different websites, but in reality, like, you know yourself best, and you know how you best study, whether it's, whether you're cramped up in the library, kind of revising notes, writing all over again, whether it's through watching movie. There's like different types of learners, and you're the best person to know what sort of learner you are.
I guess in one of those sets as well, if you have got a group of learners, it's best to kind of get into a group as well and kind of share that.
Exactly.
I know one thing is that I do is like talking. I hate writing because it just goes away so quickly.
Group study is quite effective because once you're hearing it from someone else, you're reinforcing the concepts in your own mind. And don't procrastinate as well, because when you delay things, procrastinating is probably one of the easiest things to do at university. We'd all have PhDs in it, but at some point you just have to put a line in the sand and just get it done. Otherwise you're wasting your money, you're wasting your parents' money, and you're wasting taxpayer money, which is not good. And you only have a set amount of years to finish your degree now. So just nut it out, study, and just think about what you want to do in the future and why university is important for you, to give yourself motivation. Like finishing university is important in terms of your own future employability later on in life, and the grades that you do have will affect the sort of job that you have going out of university and into the workforce rather. So those paper marks actually do matter. I mean, in terms of your own educational opportunities later on in life, as well as getting scholarships. So, I mean, it's really important for you to motivate yourself to be able to study effectively, because studying with a cause is much easier than just studying because you feel like you need to do it. So try and motivate yourself however it is. Maybe get your friends to try and motivate you. Reward yourself for doing long periods of study. So maybe make a deal with yourself: for every 50 minutes that I spend on studying, I can spend 10 minutes on Facebook or Snapchat or whatever these kids are into these days. So just reward yourself. Eat healthily. It's really important for your brain to be getting the proper nutrition it needs for you to be able to absorb information effectively. And part of like eating healthy as well and maintaining a healthy lifestyle is making sure that you get enough sleep you need. I wouldn't advise pulling an all-nighter. It might be better just to get a little bit of sleep and then revise again in the morning, because all-nighters aren't very effective study-wise, because there's only a certain amount of information that you can take in, and if you're too tired to actually retain information, you're just wasting your time. You might as well just refresh yourself, refresh your memory, and then start again in the morning, with a fresh brain that's actually able to take information in. Another tip that I would have is to, I guess, study to the exam. Really, that's really important. Like, find out what you actually need to study. Find out what you need to study for the exam and study it well so that you can ace it. I mean, it's heading to exam time, so you need to master the art of retaining relevant information that you'll actually need to use in the exam. I mean, obviously there's different sort of exams and there's different criteria, so just make sure that you're tailoring your answers and you're tailoring your revision towards what the exam actually needs. Most lecturers actually or hint at what's going into the exam. The previous exams for the paper will also be, I guess, handy in determining what's going to be in the exam. But there's no guide like your current lecturer at the time, because they might have changed the course, something might have changed, the degree might have changed. So, it's really important that you know what's going to be in the exam and that you study for it. The sixth tip is to, I guess, try and de-stress yourself occasionally, because if you're too stressed, you're not going to be able to function that well. OUSA is doing heavily discounted deals at the sauna at the recreation center.
Amazing sauna.
And sauna is like one of the best ways to de-stress, and just do something fun just to de-stress yourself every once in a while, because you're not going to be able to study effectively if you're just hardcore studying without any breaks or any de-stress opportunities. So those are some of the study tips that I have.